If you have watched this video carefully, you must have noticed that this video is related to food. So food is our basic need as it gives us energy for everything. It keeps us strong, alive and healthy. You can define food as anything solid or liquid, which when swallowed get digested inside our body and also assimilated, keeping us fit and healthy. The food that we eat should be organic, which means the food produced using natural materials and without chemicals. It should be energy rich, non poisonous, edible, and nourishing substance. Edible means it should be safe to eat. We know that plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis using sunlight. But animals, including humans, cannot prepare their own food, hence, they depend on plant for their food directly. Famine is responsible for the lack of food as there is growth in population over time. In order to meet the increasing need of food, there needs to be improvement in food production, both quality wise, also quantity wise. You should also take the nutrition aspect in account. Hence, in this chapter, enhancement of food production, we will be studying about biofortification, microbes in human welfare, roles of microbes in industrial productions, microbes in sewage treatment, microbes in energy generation, and roles of microbes as biofertilizers. First, we shall study about biofortification. Biofortification is a method to breed or produce crops in such a way that they have high nutritive value. High nutritive value means they will be having high amounts of fats, vitamins, and minerals. So, because of biofortification, the problem of malnourishment can be overcome. The objectives that were considered to carry out the breeding program of crops were as follows: the protein content and its quality, second is oil content and quality, third is vitamin content, fourth is micro content and quality. Micro content means nutrients which are required in smaller amounts. So, biofortification can be carried out using some breeding practices or genetics like rDNA technology. rDNA stands for recombinant DNA. In this, the DNA molecules from different organisms are inserted in the host organism to produce new genetic combination. In case of biofortification, rDNA technology is used to increase the nutritive value of food. Some examples of biofortification are fortified maize having twice the amount of amino acids lysine and tryptophan. So maize is biofortificated in such a way that the amino acids, the level of amino acids lysine and tryptophan are increased. Tryptophan is one of the most essential amino acid and it balances the nitrogen level in adults and also growth in infants, that is small kids. Lysine is essential amino acid which helps in synthesis of proteins. Second example is wheat atlas 66 has a high protein content and iron fortified rice has 5 times more iron are developed. So wheat here is biofortificated to increase the protein content, whereas rice is fortified to increase the iron content. 5 times increase in level. Vegetable crops like carrots and spinach are biofortificated in such a way that they have more amount of vitamin A and minerals. Bitter gourd, tomato were developed by IARI to increase the vitamin C level in it. IARI stands for Indian Agricultural Research Institute. So this was all about biofortification. Now we move on to the next topic of microbes in human welfare. How are microbes useful in achieving human welfare? Welfare means man's prosperity, well-being, health, happiness, etc. We know that there are various microorganisms like algae, fungi, bacteria, protozoas, etc. All these have beneficial activities which can be used for the welfare of human being. These microorganisms can be used in health, food, medicine, agriculture, etc. Let us now study how microbes are used in food preparation. The development of biotechnology occurred in two phases. The first is traditional, which was till 1971, and the second phase is modern, which was after 1970. The traditional biotechnology is based on fermenting principle, which made the use of fermenting bacteria. First is the preparation of dosa, dokla and idli. Dosa, dokla and idli are fermented products. They are produced by the activity of bacteria. So in the process of making, bacteria is added. It is a fermented preparation which involves the use of rice, black gram and bacteria like Leuconostoc and Streptococcus species. During the fermentation process, CO2, that is carbon dioxide, is produced which causes puffing up of the dough. Next we are going to study about microbes as source of food. Some microbes and their fruiting bodies are directly used as source of food because they are rich in vitamins and proteins. Fruiting bodies means a spore producing organ. SCP, which stands for single cell protein, denotes dead and dried cells of microbes like bacteria, yeast, molds and algae. Some mushrooms and truffles are directly used as food. They belong to the family of fungi. They produce large fruiting bodies which are edible, which means they are safe to consume. These fruiting bodies are sugar-free, fat-free, but they are rich in proteins, vitamins, minerals and amino acids. Also, they have low calories. Next is dairy products. Bacteria added in milk are called as LAB, which means lactic acid bacteria. And the example of LAB is Lactobacillus. This bacteria, when added to milk, converts the lactose sugar into lactic acid. The lactic acid, which is produced, brings about the coagulation and digestion of milk protein casein. Coagulation means there is a change in the structure of protein. One example I would like to give you is of egg. Before boiling the egg, we know that the substance inside is going to be liquidy and sticky. After boiling, it becomes hard. So their coagulation of protein takes place inside the egg. So when LAB is added to milk, it converts the lactose sugar into lactic acid, and the lactic acid brings about the coagulation of milk protein casein, and because of this the milk gets converted into cheese, yogurt and curd. Let us now study which bacteria is used to bring about the specific conversion. First we will deal with curd. Indian curd is prepared by adding bacteria Lactobacillus acidophilus in the milk. Next is yogurt. Yogurt is produced by curdling of milk with Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Next is buttermilk. The acidic liquid that is left after churning of butter from curd is called as buttermilk. The last is cheese. For preparation of cheese, the milk is coagulated, which means the proteins present in milk, their structure is changed with the help of LAB, that is lactic acid bacteria. The milk then gets converted to curd. The curd formed is then filtered to separate the whey. Whey is the liquid part of the curd which remains after straining. The solid mass that is obtained after filtering is ripened with mold, which adds flavor to it. There are different varieties of cheese which we can identify by their texture, color, taste. So these different varieties of cheese are prepared by using different specific microbes. Some examples are as follows. The Roquefort and Camembert cheese are ripened by blue-green molds Penicillium roqueforti and P. camemberti respectively. If you observe the Swiss cheese, there are large holes that are developed in the cheese. These large holes are because of the production of carbon dioxide produced by a bacteria called Propionibacterium shermani. Now we move on to the next topic, that is use of microbes in industrial production. During fermentation, variety of products are produced like alcoholic beverages, vitamins, organic acids, growth hormones, enzymes, antibiotics, etc. If the fermentation is done on an industrial scale, then we require growing of microbes in large vessels called as fermenters. The main function of these fermenters is to provide a controlled environment for the growth of microorganisms so that we get the desired results of the product. First, we are going to study the production of alcoholic beverages. Beverage is a liquid used or prepared to drink. Some of the examples of beverages are tea, coffee, beer, wine, which acts as stimulants. Stimulant speeds up the message between brain and body and makes a person awake and alert. Alcoholic fermentation of specific substrates produce alcoholic beverages. Microbes have been used in the preparation of alcoholic beverages since Vedic period, that is from 5000 to 7000 BC. The most common microbe used was yeast for the preparation of wine, beer, whiskey, brandy, and rum. The yeast, named Saccharomyces cerevisiae ellipsoides, which is also called as the brewer's yeast, is used for fermenting malted cereals and fruit juices to produce ethanol, which is an alcohol. The meaning of malted means the grains are made to germinate by soaking them in water and later they are dried. Wine and beer are produced or prepared without distillation process, whereas whiskey, brandy and rum requires distillation process and hence are called distilled beverages. Large scale production of alcohol is done using a tubular tar fermenter. Apart from alcoholic beverages, there are other traditional drinks and foods which are made using the fermentation of yeast. For example, in South India, their traditional drink is made by fermenting the sugar sap, which is extracted from palm plants and coconut palm. In Goa, the famous wine, which is also called as feni, is prepared by fermenting fleshy pedicels of cashew nut. Pedicel is the stalk of the cashew plant. Next is the production of organic acids. Microbes are also used in the preparation of organic acids. So these organic acids they can be prepared directly from glucose or gluconic acids. Also they are formed as end products from pyruvate or ethanol. Ethanol is an alcohol. Pyruvate consists of 3 carbon atoms and 2 functional groups, that is carboxylate and ketone group. Here are the examples of 4 organic acids and the microbes used for their preparation. The first is citric acid. The microbe used is Aspergillus niger. The second is gluconic acid. The microbe used here is same, that is Aspergillus niger. The third organic acid is fumaric acid and the microbe used is Rhizopus arhyzus. The fourth organic acid is acetic acid, which is also called as vinegar, and the microbe used for its preparation is Acetobacter aceti. This following organic acids have some uses. Citric acid is used in confectionery, that is in the preparation of cakes, chocolates, sweets, etc. Fumaric acid is used in resin as wetting agents and gluconic acid in medicine for the solubility of calcium 2 plus ions. Next is the production of vitamin. Vitamins are organic nitrogenous compounds capable of performing many life sustaining functions in our body. Life sustaining means supporting life. Except for vitamin D, our body cannot synthesize any other vitamin. Hence, they should be taken through our diet. There are some microbes which can prepare vitamins. Hence, these microbes can be used for synthesizing vitamins for commercial purpose. Commercial purpose means preparing vitamins on a larger scale to attain profit. Hence, microbes can be used for the commercial production of vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, pyridoxine, folic acid, pantothenic acid, biotin, vitamin B12, ascorbic acid, beta carotene, and ergosterol. Here is a list of some microbes which are used in the preparation of vitamin. First is vitamin B2. The microbes used are Neurospora gossypi and Erythrothecium ashby. Second is vitamin B12 and the microbe use is Pseudomonas denitrificans. Next is vitamin C and the microbe used is Aspergillus niger. Next is the production of antibiotics. Antibiotics are compounds which are prepared by industrial microorganisms. Most of the antibiotics are secondary metabolites, which means they are small organic molecules produced by an organism which are not essential for their growth, development, and reproduction. Antibiotics have therapeutic importance and are used in medical treatment. Therapeutic means it helps to cure illness. Antibiotics are produced in small amounts by microbes like algae, fungi, and bacteria, which stops the growth of other microbial pathogens. Pathogen causes disease, so these microbes will inhibit the growth of these pathogens. Hence, the antibiotics are antibacterial and antifungal, which means antibiotics will not allow the bacteria and fungi to grow and reproduce. Antibiotics have helped in treatment of deadly disease like whooping cough, plague, diphtheria, leprosy, etc. This table gives us the information of microbes used in the production of antibiotics. First is chloromycetin, and the microbe used is Streptomyces venezuelae. Second is erythromycin, and the microbe used is Streptomyces erythroides. The third antibiotic is penicillin, and the microbe used is Penicillium chrysogenum. Next is streptomycin. Microbe use is Streptomyces griseus. Next is griseofulvin, and the microbe used is Penicillium grisofulvum. Next is bacitracin, and the microbe used is Bacillus licheniformis. The last is oxytetracycline or terramycin, and the microbe use is Streptomyces aurifaciens. Next, we move on to the production of enzymes. Enzymes play an important role in the metabolic reactions of living beings. Hence, they are important or essential for the survival. Metabolic reactions are all the chemical reactions that take place in our body which help us complete our life cycle. Enzymes are proteins and they act as biocatalysts because they have ability to promote reactions more quickly at normal body temperature. That is, they speed up the rate of the reaction. There are many microbes in our surrounding which excrete a number of enzymes like amylase, cellulase, protease, lipase, pectinase, streptokinase, and many other enzymes. In industries, these enzymes are used for specific applications like in textile industries, enzymes are used to improve the quality of the fabric. In pulp and paper industry, they are used for bleaching and biochemical pulping. Pulp is a fibrous material prepared chemically by separating cellulose fibers from wood. In food industries, enzymes are used in fermentation process for the preparation of bread, also in preparation of drinks like wine and beer. Lipase is an enzyme which has superior cleaning properties like removing oil stains and increasing the brightness. Hence, it is used in detergent industries. Enzymes are also used in cosmetics and agricultural industries. Here is a list of enzymes obtained from microbes. First is invertase, which is obtained from microbe Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Second is pectinase, which is obtained from Sclerotinia libertine, Aspergillus niger. The third is lipase, which is obtained from Candida lipolytica. And the last one is cellulase, which is obtained from Trichoderma conjugii. Last use of microbes in industrial production is the production of gibberellins. Gibberellins are growth hormones which are found in higher plants and fungi to promote growth by stem elongation. The growth hormone gibberellin was first isolated by two Japanese scientists, Yabuta and Sumiki, in the year 1938. They used the rice seedling which were infected by the fungus Gibberella fujikori. There are about 15 types of gibberellins that have been isolated, and they have a lot of practical applications. Gibberellins are used to induce parthenocarpy in apple, pear, etc. Parthenocarpy means development of fruit without prior fertilization. It is also used in breaking the dormancy of seed, which means helping the seed to germinate properly if it is taking a longer time to germinate. Another application is it is used to induce flowering in long day plants. Long day plants are those plants which produce flower only when they are exposed to light which is longer than the critical light period. For example is spinach and lettuce. So long day plants require short period of darkness for their growth. Gibberellins are also used to increase the size of grapefruit. So this was all about use of microbes in industrial production.